Hello guys and girls, and welcome to another Sunday afternoon chat on another incredible Sunday afternoon. How many times have I said that last month or so, or 2 months really, I believe. Incredible Sunday afternoons. You know, here in the United States of America, we pretty much consider Sunday the Lord's Day. I know some of y'all consider that as Saturday the Lord's Day, and some of you consider the Lord's Day to be every single day of the week. I know I certainly do that, but Sunday's the day we traditionally go to church. Most Americans go to church on Sunday, and isn't it amazing how incredibly beautiful weather God has given so many Sundays here in southern Oklahoma? I don't have a clue what that means. I just throw it out there, and I think we're going to have incredible weather this week. There's hardly any snow left on the ground. There are some around in patches. We've got some around on the other side of our house where the shade, it's been shady and it's still there. It's 55 degrees, 56 degrees, light wind blowing out of the west just a little bit, kind of trying to pick up a little bit, but it's been kind of nice all day long as a matter of fact. But this Sunday afternoon chat, I want to announce the winners for our Lucky Strike tackle boxes. This is what it is, and I get down to the winners, I'll tell you what's in it, but it's full of lures. Got a Jimmy Houston Legend spinnerbait on the front, but it's full of lures. We've got 3 winners. I thought we was going to have one from YouTube, one from Facebook. I don't know what the third one is, but we have 3 winners. I have those winners that Kyle has given me. I didn't have anything to do with picking them out. He didn't either. I think he let the computer randomly do that. But we've got 3 winners that'll win Lucky Strike tackle boxes full of lures, and I'll be naming those at the end of this Sunday afternoon chat. Good luck to everybody out there. I can tell you one of them is from Arizona. How about that? One of them is from Arizona. So if you're from Arizona, listen up. You might have won a tackle box. I wanted to also mention, as we get started on this thing, about our Catch of the Day channel. Our Catch of the Day channel is where we read a devotion, and we have a scripture, a devotion, and a fishing tip every single day. We post that at 5 o'clock Central Time in the morning. One of the reasons I wanted to mention that is we have about 19,500 subscribers on that channel. And we just need to get that to at least 20,000. Somebody asked me, Jimmy, what's the significance in 20,000? I said, well, it's a lot better than 19,000. But I don't know. It's kind of like if you win 19 games in baseball, you'd like to win the 20th game and so forth. We'd like to get that channel up to 20,000. It is a wonderful channel. Those of you that's on there know that. People pray for each other. They rejoice with each other. They share with each other. It's just such an amazing channel, and it's changing people's lives. I think it's the most important channel on YouTube. You know, we've got over 600,000 people on Facebook. We got over 115,000 on YouTube. But that little Catch of the Day channel, I think, is more important than all of them. So if you're on the regular YouTube channel and you're not on Catch of the Day channel, go over there and subscribe to that channel. Catch of the Day. Catch of the Day. If you're on Facebook and you're not subscribed to that YouTube channel, go over there and subscribe to that little channel, Catch of the Day news channel, Catch of the Day YouTube channel. I wanted to mention our newsletter. Our next newsletter will be coming out March 1st, which I believe is Tuesday. So you're only a few days away from that. We have over 7,000 people that have signed up for that newsletter. 7,000. It's an email newsletter. You can look at it. You can delete it. You can do whatever you want. We have over 7,000 people signed up. If you don't want it, let us know, because it costs us to send those out to everybody. But we have over 7,000 people. All you need to do to receive that newsletter is just give us your email address and city and state. We don't need to know your address. If you want to give us your address, that's fine. We don't necessarily need it, but if you want to give it to us, that's fine. We're not sharing it or selling it to anybody, so don't worry about that. But anyway, we need your email address and your city and state. And one of the reasons we need your city and state, if you win a nice prize, we want to be able to mention that in one of these Sunday afternoon chats. We will be giving away prizes. We'll have getting sponsors going to be giving away prizes and things on that newsletter throughout. There are stuff in that newsletter, lots of stuff in that newsletter, that is not on Jimmy Houston Outdoors YouTube, Jimmy Houston Outdoors Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all of that social media stuff. It is only in that newsletter. And here's another big advantage of that newsletter. We list our sponsors in there in various places. You can click on a sponsor's logo and go right to that sponsor's webpage. So if you want to learn something about Mercury Motors or Tracker Boats or Ranger Boats or Lucky Strike Lures or Jimmy Houston Rod and Reels or anything, you can click on their logo and it'll take you right to their site, and you can go ahead and roam around that and see whatever you want there. But we have tips and ideas and things on there to help you in your fishing, to help you in your daily life, that is not on the other stuff. The newsletter is really, really good. So if you want that newsletter, go to jimmyhouston.com. It'll show you how to subscribe to that newsletter. It's absolutely free. It doesn't cost any money. So you can go in there and get that newsletter. We send it out. The first of the month, every month, is our goal. We've done that so far. I think this is about newsletter number 4, number 5, something like that. But anyway, get that newsletter if you'd like to have a little bit more information, have a chance to win some more prizes, and get some information that's really good about fishing and the outdoors and all of the things that we do. It's been a super week this week here at the ranch. I've had Chris with me here at the ranch all month, as a matter of fact. She just had a wonderful week. She did not ever go outside all week. We had those, over 100 hours below freezing, and some of those days were down in single digits and in the teens. It was just so cold and so bad. That little snow and ice come in here, only 2 or 3 inches of snow and ice, but it stayed. It's just left today, and there is still some little spotty patches around in the shade where it's still there, but it's just amazing. But Chris has not been outside except to go to church this morning and to go to church last Sunday. That's the only time she did. Now, she will be getting out this week. I've got to take her. She gets a Botox shot in her arm, and that ought to make her arm prettier. I've heard Botox, they use Botox on your face to make you look better, but that's not what she's getting Botox for. It's actually to give her fingers flexibility so her hand doesn't drop, so she can't use that arm. She can't use that right arm. So about once every 6 weeks, or 3 weeks, something like that, she gets a Botox shot in her arm. They're very, very expensive shots, but they've kept her fingers flexible and her arm moving around. She is taking rehab. Stephen McCartney is coming and giving her home rehab a couple days a week. I think she's got a month or 2 months of that rehab. I'm not sure exactly what, but a couple times a week or 3 times a week on that rehab. She got several appointments. She's going to be able to do that. And we're working only with the physical therapy part. We could do physical and occupational. We decided to do it all in physical, take all that she had coming to her because we want her to walk. I mean, that's the main thing. At times this week, she's just talked so beautifully. It's amazing. Other times she doesn't make sense, but her talking is still improving. She's improving slowly, but you talk about baby steps. I mean, they're just like barely moving, and it's a long haul. That's all there is to it. Moving in, getting in close on 11 months. As soon as we get into February or get into March there, it's going to be 11 months. That was the day after Easter when that happened, and it's certainly changed our lives. But God is blessed and blessed and blessed, and He's kept her alive. The doctor said she would not leave that hospital. Most likely, she would not leave that hospital alive. She'd never walk again. She'd never talk again. She'd be an invalid and live in a nursing home the rest of her life. That's not happened. God not only saved her life and made it where she would leave that hospital alive, but He's improved her all of this time, and He's continuing to improve her. God has healed Chris already. Somebody told me that God has completely healed Chris. It's just not come to fruition out here in the world, but the healing is already done. And I don't know when that complete healing is going to be, but I'm believing it with all my heart. I'm believing that healing is there. So Chris has had a super week, a great week. We've just had a blast, I guarantee you. All the deer have made it through the week just fine. That little baby doe that had the growth on its neck, it's doing fine. I was worried about it. I didn't see it this morning, but I did see it after church. It looks like that might have split open, which is good because it probably will let the poison out. And that little, she's eating good, so that little baby doe might make it. We're sure hoping that she makes it. We're really hoping that she does. We've got some surprises coming. Some of y'all are guessed. Part of the surprise, but you hadn't guessed at all. Nobody's guessed at all, and I think that nobody will. But some surprises coming. We'll be doing videos on that here pretty soon. The deer, the crazy thing about the deer, it's hard to tell the boys from the girls right now. We probably have a few deer left here on the ranch that still got their antlers, but we have none coming around the house that's got any. They're all slickheads right now. They're all slickheads, so we don't. It's kind of hard to tell the boys from the girls. The boys are very aggressive around the feed. There's no doubt about that, and they're rearing up and fighting each other with their feet a lot, and so it's. But it's very interesting because pretty quickly we're going to start. They're going to start growing those antlers back, and that's going to be really interesting to watch. We've only got one buck in the pen we can watch, Whitey. Hopefully be able to keep him alive all year. We're going to be showing a video. I talked to my buddy Daniel Arms. If you're not subscribed to Arms Family Homestead, it's a great channel. He's got over 600,000 subscribers. Great channel. They were incubating some ducks on there. They got some little baby ducks at Houston. His boy's named Houston Arms, and they've incubated some ducks that they just got all kinds of farm animals, farm animals. And they'll start planting their garden pretty soon. That's going to be really, really interesting. He helps me with questions I have in a garden because I don't know much about gardens, but now I think this will be our 3rd year that we've had one. So we're really looking forward to getting into the gardening and showing that also. But I talked to Houston a little bit about maybe helping me score some of the sheds that we have, like 12 points, and hopefully if we can find TCs and Whiteys. And we do have, and I think real quickly I'm going to show you the difference, probably maybe might show it on this Thursday's video, the difference in Whitey's sheds from last year and this year. It's remarkable. It's remarkable how much that deer changed, and I don't know if we're going to have time to get around to scoring them or not. It takes really a couple of people to score because of the process of going through it, but we'll download some of the scoring sheets from on the computer and try to get that done, make a video about that. It's very, very interesting. You have Pope and Young, which means a deer that was killed with a bow, and Boone and Crockett, which is a deer that's killed with a gun. And of course these are sheds. These deer were not killed, so but they can still score the horns and tell how big they are. And you know, once you get up in a whitetail deer, 130 scoring on up, that's a pretty nice sized deer. 150 score is really a nice. 160, 170, it's kind of like bass. Catch a 6-pounder, that's a really big fish. Catch a 7-pounder, 8-pounder, as you start moving up, and you get a 10-pounder, double-digit fish. And then you go 11 and 12, and as you move up to each one, it just gets, it's more difficult. A guy from Tulsa this week fishing with my buddy Josh Jones, and they were fishing in Texas at O.H. Ivy. Caught one this week that weighed 17.06, and I saw Josh put on one of his social media. It's the biggest bass caught in the state of Texas in over 30 years. In over 30 years, 17.06. I'm hoping to get to go fishing some, maybe Thursday this week, and hoping to get to fish a little bit next week. I think we'll be out there doing some fishing this next week. I want a big shout out. Chris and I spent yesterday. She spent most of it. She did take a nap in the afternoon. Following Oklahoma University. You know, we're OU people, big time OU people. And big shout out. Everybody won yesterday. That doesn't happen very often, but everybody won. Our boys baseball team won. Our girls softball team won 2 games, although one of them over Tennessee was 9-8 on a walk-off home run with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th or 10th inning. Now, we was watching that game, and it's just amazing. And then they only won today 2-1. They're 15-0, ranked number 1 in the nation. But the last 2 games have been 1-run victories. So they've had a lot of run rule victories. They've run over a lot of people, but the last 2 games prove that Oklahoma can be beat. So those of you that's thinking Oklahoma just going to run through the season and win back-to-back national championships, there's a lot of really great teams. The University of Tennessee is one of them. I have a lot of great friends in Tennessee, and Tennessee led in the 7th inning, which is the last inning in softball for girls. And Oklahoma tied them. They led in the 8th. They led in the 9th. And then finally, and they were just 1 out away from beating Oklahoma and stopping our winning streak at 13 games. We won that one. We won again today. They played out there and on the Mary Nutter Classic. And so they've had 3 weekends where they won 5 games all weekend. They're 15-0. So big congratulations to all the Sooners. The Oklahoma men's basketball team beat Oklahoma State. Their baseball team, they won, and so just everybody won yesterday. The girls basketball team won on a last-second shot, the last-second three-pointer, and they was just. I watched that happen. Also, I tell you what I had. I had my iPad going, I had the internet going, and I had the television going all at the same time, and I was just trying to keep track of everything that was going in there. And by the way, we've got a show that will be on our television show, Jimmy Houston Outdoors, on ESPN2, the Discovery Channel, and several other networks that will be on with our Oklahoma baseball coach. Bass fishing show that'll be on, I think, March 12th. We wanted to put that right in the middle of baseball season there at the University of Oklahoma. So that will be that'll be on there March 12th. By the way, you want to be sure to try to catch Jimmy Houston Outdoors Television. We're in week 8 or 9 right now. First Saturday in the year was week number 1. So whatever we are now, 8 or 9, we are on ESPN2. Back on ESPN2 Saturday morning at 7:30 Eastern Time, 6:30 Central Time. The Discovery, that's on Saturday morning. Sunday morning, we're over on the Discovery Channel a little bit earlier in the morning, I think. So be sure and set your recorders to record if you don't get up that early on Saturday or Sunday morning. We're on the Pursuit Network, which is the largest outdoor network in the country, the Pursuit Network. We're on there, I think, 2 or 3 times a week. We're on Heartland Television, World Fishing Network, WFN, AT&T Sports Southwest, which is down in Texas mostly. AT&T Sports Southwest is also on the DirecTV. If you have DirecTV, which we have, you can get AT&T Sports Southwest on there. I think we're on there 2 or 3 times a week. We're on WFN, World Fishing Network, I believe 4 times a week. So I think we're on AT&T Sports Southwest. That's the same network, carries the Astros, carries the Houston Rockets, and most of the sports teams down there in Texas. U2 Television, we're on. We're on the Action Channel. We're on Walk TV. We're on the Family Channel, the Hunt Channel, Comcast Chicago, as NBC Sports Chicago, which is now Comcast Chicago, I believe. And then if you want to stream it, Wired to Fish, Wired to Fish, Wired, W-I-R-E-D, the number 2, Fish, Wired to Fish. A lot of great outdoor shows on Wired to Fish. You want to check that out. And if you're streaming some outdoor shows, that's definitely one you want to stream right there. By the way, I will be making another church appearance this coming week, next Friday. That is Friday, March the 4th, Friday night. I'll be in Gadsden, Alabama. That's right, Gadsden, Alabama. Union 3 Baptist Church, Gadsden, Alabama. We'll be there on that Friday evening. We'll have a great evening. If you're anywhere close to Gadsden, Alabama, come on over there. Bring somebody with you. It's going to be a tremendous evening. You know, Gadsden, Alabama is close to where my buddy Jeff Cook used to live in Fort Payne, Alabama. And Jeff actually had a place over there in Gadsden. We would go over there. If I was over at Jeff's house fishing with him, we'd go over there sometimes at night, and he'd get up on the stage. He had bands playing in there and stuff. He'd get up on the stage and actually get a guitar out and pick. And Jeff is known as, you know, maybe the best living guitar player right now that's alive. Maybe him and Van Halen. You know, those are 2 of the very best ever, without a doubt about it.